Welcome to Internet Supreme Court. We're just like the regular Supreme Court. You didn't vote for us, but don't worry, we're not corrupt. I am the only judge in the Supreme Court. Is it because it's summer? I don't know. Probably. Let's say it's summer. And let's say that it has nothing to do with corruption. And let's say, but it does have something to do with corruption, that it's all those other judges and not me, because I'm here. I'm not on summer vacation. I'm working for you, the people. I'm like, what are the internet cases that need to be judged? And I think today I could do whatever I want because no one's here. So I want to play it chill, and I want to hit on something that I think has been on a lot of people's minds recently. How the hell does Kevin James have such a prolific movie career? How does he have so many goddamn movies? And I've watched every single Kevin James movie. And I've ranked them. And, but the problem is there's a new Kevin James movie out. So it means I have to watch that. And, I just want to be like, oh, thanks, Beans. 912 or 912. I mean, we don't have to be in a rush today either, you know? We don't have to get right into Kevin James. If you've ever been put on hold and this is the music that comes on, I'm like not even mad. Kevin James is on the hot seat today. We're going to go through every Kevin James movie ever made. A lot of them are made by Happy Madison. That's Adam Sandler's production company. But we're going to have fun while we do it. That was, ooh, this is even chiller. Now I'm going to stop the music, though. I want to get into the Kevin James. Thank you guys so much for joining. Thanks, X-Man Superfan. We got a bunch of people that subscribed during our other time there. Sean Laney, thank you, as well as Beans. We got Rijma Players. Are we talking about the King of Queens Chicago tours? We might be talking about King of Queens maybe at the end. We're going to be focusing on movies. So, oh my gosh, yes. Oh, that's on Twitch. I can't even read it because the stuff goes over it. Gosh darn it. Domicidal Maniac. Haha, got it. Awesome. I wrote a diary entry, and just to show how clear and transparent I am, and none of the other judges are, I'm going to go ahead and talk about what was in my diary. So here is Guns Up. Now, if you haven't known, this is a new movie that is out, and this is what I wrote in my diary on the day that it came out. Today, August 14th, 2025. Dear Diary, sorry it's been so long since I've written you. Oh, wait. Oh, I skipped ahead. I go back to my earlier diary entry on July 18th, 2025. Dear Diary, it happened again. Kevin James released a new movie. Why does this keep happening to me? Now, today, August 14th, 2025. Dear Diary, sorry it's been so long since I've written you. I still haven't done it. I just can't bring myself to watch another Kevin James film. So what? I've watched every Kevin James movie. I don't have to watch anymore. Like, I've done it. I did the thing, you know, but now that I've done it, it's something that you're like, technically I haven't watched them all anymore. But I can stop whenever I want, I promise. It's not a problem. I mean, I think we all agreed after the last Kevin James movie, Home Team, we all said, no more Kevin James movies, please. We're good on Kevin James movies. I thought we all said that. But nope, here we are. Guns Up, and the girl from Casper, Christina Ricci, I know her as the girl from Casper. I don't know. Let me know in the chat what you know her from. But she'll always be Casper to me. Always. And there you go. That's a deep look into my diary. I'm easily the most transparent judge in this whole courtroom. People are saying that. You know, a lot of people say it. Trust Bacon. A lot of people say that. A lot of people say bacon, trust bacon, bacon, trust. They say whenever you say bacon, there's trust right there. Bacon, trust, bacon, trust, bacon, trust. You could trust bacon, trust bacon. There we go. Not corrupt. So as this film, for like film therapy for myself, we're going to review every Kevin James movie in order of release date up until Guns Up. Still haven't watched that. And these are films that star Kevin James, not just appearances. If we counted that, then Pinocchio 2002 is the best movie, hands down. But this one doesn't count. So sorry about that. If you want to see clips from the movies or interviews or examples what I'm talking about, subscribe to our YouTube channel. You could also watch our live stream there. We stream at a bunch of different places, though, so stream wherever you want to. But if you want to see the edited version of this, subscribe to our YouTube. If you want more detailed reviews on each one of these movies, check out the Adam Sandler Please Stop podcast. We've reviewed every Adam Sandler, Kevin James, Rob Schneider, SNL movie, and movie produced by Adam Sandler. That's his company, Happy Madison. So format, I'm going to read through these plots, or not the whole plot. We'll see how far we get in the plot of all these movies and review them at the same time. And we're going to go through them in order of theatrical release. After reading the plot, I'm going to put them in my rankings. So let me know if you think a movie should be higher or lower, or that I'm a perfect genius. Mostly let me know that I'm a perfect genius and no edits. But also, this is your chance, Jerry. This is your chance to be like, oh no, Hitch is so great. We'll get to that actually. So let's get into it. Let's start out with his first movie. Kevin James' first movie is Hitch. Can you believe that? 2005, and it's Will Smith. I do believe King of Queens before this, obviously, I think. But this is his first foray into movies. And here's the plot of Hitch. In New York, Alex Hitchens, that's Will Smith, is a professional date doctor who coaches other men in the art of wooing women with the main focus of having a genuine long-term relationship. Okay, so this is a very 2005 thing of, hey, here's a profession for you. You're a date doctor and you help dudes talk to women. But you're not a complete scumbag. This is for long-term relationships. This isn't for one-night stands. You don't use your power for bad, Will Smith. You use it for good. Okay? And to show that it's good, if you read a little bit further here, while coaching one of his clients, Albert Benjamin, that's Kevin James, the perfect Albert. Kevin James should have been called Albert. I agree. The movie named him perfectly. Who is smitten with a client of his investment firm. Celebrity Algera Cole, Hitch finds himself falling for Sarah. Oh God, I hate it already. So it's one of those liars reveal movies where Will Smith can't tell the main love interest that what his job is because she'll instantly break up with him, and that's what happens. 1 second here. So I really didn't like this movie. It's it's a very paint by numbers movie. I'm going to say it's a 0.5 star out of 5. I know a lot of people have fond memories of this film, but to me, go back and watch it. I think it's everything that's wrong with 2005. I honestly do. So, I mean, here it is. It's on the list. There it is. Let's move on. Grilled. Bet you didn't even hear it. Bet you'd never heard of this goddamn thing. What the hell this is? It's Ray Romano and Kevin James. So Maurice, that's Ray Romano, and Dave, Kevin James, try but fail to sell steaks to people through a mail service. Netflix was around right now, and they were doing mail service DVDs. So I guess this was like their connection. I don't know. Tired of their incompetence, their boss gives them cards with their names and addresses of their highest buyers, warning that this is their last chance. Dave loses all but one of his cards. God damn it. That's right, because he's driving in a convertible. It leads to a woman named Lori. I'm going to say Lori. Lori is on the phone with her friend Suzanne, who has swallowed a fish and needs help. Oh, God damn it. Lori tells Suzanne that Dave is a doctor and gives him the phone. While Dave is talking to Suzanne, Lori talks seductively about wanting Maurice's, quote, meat. Turned on, Maurice tries to seal the deal, but Dave says Suzanne wants to kill herself. Oh, in Minecraft. They drive to Lori and Suzanne's house, where they discover that she is an alcoholic whose suicide in Minecraft was a false alarm. Oh my God. So that's just the beginning part of this movie. It's so boring. It's salesmen get caught up in the mob kind of thing, but the movie's very brown. The movie's not very funny, considering it has two comedians in it. The guys are just, there's really no chemistry with Ray Romano and Kevin James. I'm sorry. So it's worse than Hitch. A half a star out of 5. Review sitcom logic, the movie. It's much worse than Hitch. I remember watching it and just being like, this is a sitcom episode. This is just like a sitcom episode where they like get tangled up like with the mob and it doesn't make any sense. I hated it. But in 2006, we got the movie Barnyard. And Barnyard is Otis. That's Kevin James. That's the titular character, mainly because he's a male cow with teats. Otis is a carefree Holstein steer who lives on a farm in an Arizona town of Odeville. He prefers to have fun with his friends Pip the mouse, Pig the pig, Freddy the ferret, and Peck the rooster. It's one of those movies. It's one of those movies where that's the name of the characters. To the disapproval of Ben, his adopted father, and the farm's leader. Oh, yeah. Oh, man. One evening, Otis convinces Ben to cover his night watch so he can attend a massive party in the barn and impress Daisy, a pregnant cow who recently arrived at the farm with their best friend, Betsy. Bessie? I forgot. The cow's pregnant, like the whole movie. And there's like Jesus symbolism in it. In Barnyard, which if you've ever seen Barnyard, looks awful. It looks so bad. It's 2006. We hadn't got it right. Like even Pixar, you know, they didn't have it perfect yet, but this was Nickelodeon and they made it so much faster and cheaper. And it is scary to look at sometime. So anyway, before Otis leaves, Ben tells him that he saw the stars dance the night he found him as a calf. As the farm animals party, a pack of coyotes, led by a sadistic dag, attempt to raid the farm's hen coop. Ben arrives and successfully fends off the coyotes alone, but is mortally wounded. That's Otis rushes to Ben's aid, but Ben dies in his arms. And the song Don't Back Down by Tom Petty is playing in the background during this scene where one cow with teats and his dad dies in his arm and his dad also has teats. And Don't Back Down being sung, not by Tom Petty, is playing in the background. It's so serious. And there's a pregnant cow. It's so serious, this movie. Okay, so following Ben's death, I might read this whole thing because I love this movie so much. Following Ben's death, the animals elect Otis as the new leader. Obviously, apparently just a cow has to be a leader. Like, I don't understand why it couldn't be anybody else. He's not a leader. He struggles with his new position and duties. Who would have thought? Which included salvaging an incident with a farmer, witnesses the animal, the farmer witnesses the animals partying. Oh my God, that's right. Okay, so it's one of those movies where the animals stand up and talk to each other, but only when humans aren't looking. So, and they're very carefree about this. I don't know how we've never caught them. But this was around this time, that's basically what Toy Story is all about. Anyway, so this is happening, and the farmer accidentally sees them, and the donkey kicks the farmer in the head and concusses him and knocks him out. So good. Miles, an elderly mule, and Ben's childhood friend, knocking him unconscious, leaving Freddie and the Peck to guard the chicken coop. Otis joins the Jersey Cows, a trio of troublemaking cattle, in getting revenge against a cow-tipping bully. Oh yeah, that's called cow tipping, if you've ever seen that. After narrowly avoiding the authorities, Otis returns for his night watch and shares a tender moment with Daisy, the pregnant cow, who recalls the time her late husband, oh yeah, that's right, she's a widowed pregnant cow. The web we weave, Barnyard. The web we weave. Who recalls the time her late husband and fellow cattle were lost in a storm. It is a Man of Steel situation, if you've seen that. Some Otis soon encourages Dag. Otis soon encounters Dag, who easily deters him using his weakness as a leader and guilt over Ben's death. Dag arranges a deal to periodically steal animals from the farm, threatening to kill them all if Otis attempts any interference. Wow. So, like, Otis becomes the guy in charge, and he is instantly taken down by a foreign power. It's insane. This movie is fantastic. Full star. First full star. One full, thick, teated star for Barnard. It's a fever dream brought to life with the magic of computer animation. There is a scene where a cow gives birth while a donkey sings a slow jam in the background. It is amazing. It is Kevin James's best film so far. This is going to be so hard to beat. If you've seen Barnard, please let me know in the chat. God, it's good. Monster House. Now, Kevin James is an officer in this, and he has a small part, so it might not count. And the best part of this movie is when they go, it's really about this trio of children. And the trio of children go into the house, and you know what? I don't want to give it away. I just realized, no, it's too good. It's too good. I'm going to say Monster House is good. I think a lot of people really like Monster House. I think it kind of came out at the right time for them. And, you know, the computer animation is really bad. The story's really weird. I don't even really want to get into it. I think it's definitely worth watching, though. I think if you've never seen it, I think it's a lot of people's, like, kind of almost favorite movie for a reason. And I just realized, like, midway through talking here that I didn't want to give it away. Full star again. Now, no, it's still, this is out of 5, and 1 is really high on this. I don't think it's a very good movie, but it has some awesome moments. It's slow, it's uneven. The character models are really, really scary. I will say something about Barnyard. It has a trans cow, which is more progressive than I now pronounce you Chuck and Larry. I am traumatized again. He and Sandler were burned in hell for that one. We're going to get to that soon. Yes, I agree. Barnyard is strange. Like, it takes place in such an amazing universe. Highly, highly recommended. Also, recommend Monster House. Don't recommend Hitch. This is a really weird list. I already know. I'm sorry. That's what's next. I now pronounce you Chuck and Larry. This came out in 2007. And this is veteran New York City firefighters Chuck Levine, that's Adam Sandler, a womanizing bachelor, and Larry Valentine, that's Kevin James. Now, the funny thing is, Kevin James's last name is Valentine. His real last name's Valentine, I think. So this is kind of good that it is that. That's like the best part about that movie that I'd say. Let me just read through part of this. Kevin James is a widowed father. God, it's another one. Not as good as Barnyard Widow, though. A widowed father, and they are the pride of their Brooklyn firehouse. Engine 506, ladder 223. During a sweep of a burning building, a segment of floor collapses on Chuck, but after Larry rescues him from the debris, Chuck vows to repay him however possible. Experiencing an epiphany from the incident, Larry tries to increase his life insurance policy, but discovers that a lapse in his paperwork after his wife Paula's death 1 year earlier prevented him from naming his children, Eric and Tori, oh my God, as primary beneficiaries. The insurance company representative suggests that Larry find a new spouse that he can name as his beneficiary. Okay, so that's just to get to, hey, now we're going to talk about gay marriage, but the whole movie is so lame because spoilers, they never kiss. If you're going to do this movie, I now pronounce you Chuck and Larry, these two dudes better make out hard. And they don't. They barely touch each other. They touch each other more in this than the whole movie. They don't go into it. If you've been to any improv show where two guys were married, they have shown more affection towards each other than what you see in this movie. This movie has no balls. This movie is surface level homophobic jokes, but like not enough. I don't think anybody's going to get upset about them. They're so sad. There's a reason why I don't think this is anybody's favorite movie. It's awful. We're back to half-star ratings. Boo! Half-star! You suck! Review: Kevin James wishes he was gay. Still not as bad as Grilled. Like, that shows you how bad Grilled is. Grilled's the closest thing you get to a Brown movie. And, you know, I say with music, like Ween, Brown is great, but in this case, Brown's bad with Kevin James. But can we claw our way out of this? Paul Blart Mall Cop 2009. This is an Adam Sandler joint, just so you guys know. This is his production company. This is the highest grossing Happy Madison movie that didn't star Adam Sandler. Crazy. Paul Blart, that's Kevin James, obviously. Paul Blart should be his name. Paul Blart. We should just start calling him Paul Blart because he looks like Paul Blart. Great name. Paul Blart, great name. Probably one of the reasons why it's a great movie. Paul Blart. They didn't even need Mall Cop. Should have just been called Paul Blart. I can't stop saying Paul Blart. Paul Blart lives in West Orange, New Jersey with his young daughter, Maya, and his mother. Aspiring to join the New Jersey State Police, he trains at the police academy, but his hypoglycemia, which means that he has to do fatty fall down unless some food goes into his mouth, causes him to collapse before finishing the physical fitness test, leading Blart to take a job as a security officer at the West Orange Pavilion Mall. I mean, are we already so excited? I'm going to read a lot of this one too. Adam Sandler, when I asked if he wants to do a movie, just say Kevin James is on the film and you're producing star in it. Exactly. Exactly. So moving on in this one, Blart patrols the mall on a Segway. That's like, when you think Paul Blart, you think Segway. You know, I think that's one of the reasons why Segway went down, is because whenever you thought Segway, you thought Paul Blart. And you'd think, wow, what a great name. Blart patrols the mall on a Segway and begins training Vec Sims, who shows a little interest in the job. Meanwhile, Blart becomes acquainted with Amy Anderson, a vendor of a new kiosk. Remember mall kiosks? She works at a mall kiosk. I think it's a phone mall kiosk. Paul meets her one evening at a restaurant with other mall employees. Things initially go well, but when Blart participates in a nacho eating contest with his friend Leon. That's right. There's a nacho eating contest, and it's presented like it happens constantly all the time. The jalapeno poppers prove too spicy for him, and he chugs 2 glasses of margarita, mistaking it for lemonade, and he doesn't drink. He gets drunk and makes a wild exit by falling through a window. Yeah, there's a lot of fatty fall down in this one. 2 days later, on Black Friday, this is 2009. You know, Black Friday still like going strong. I think it's in full effect, maybe even, or maybe we're on the I don't know. Maybe we'll do something like that. I don't know. 2 days later, on Black Friday, an organized gang of thugs disguised as Santa's village employees begin a heist inside the mall. They take Amy and others inside as a bank hostage, and Sims is revealed to be the gang leader. Sims is the guy that Paul Blart was training earlier. The crew forced the majority of shoppers to exit the mall and place motion sensors on each entrance to detect any attempt to enter or exit the building. Blart is oblivious as he plays Rock Band. Oh, it's one of those. So Blart's playing Rock Band, and it's one of those moments where they have the headphones on and they can't see what's on behind them that you've seen like 1,000,000 times. But like, it's just he's playing Rock Band, and you're like, oh yeah, remember 2009 and Rock Band? When he's done playing Rock Band, he turns around. The place is empty. He calls the police and leaves the mall, but realizes that Amy is still inside when he spots her car and returns to the mall to look for her. A SWAT team arrives with Commander James Kent at the helm. Kent, a former classmate and bully of Blart from childhood, takes control of the police units and orders Blart to let them handle the situation. Blart refuses the attempts Blart refuses and attempts a rescue. Wow. And you know what? So it's about him going in and trying to save the day, and him doing a bunch of physical comedy. And you know, it's his best physical comedy. It's what he's kind of known for. I don't want to give else too much away. I think I've said a lot. It's you know, if you've ever watched a Happy Madison movie, it's very Happy Madison. Half a star. You know, I know you just get used to hearing us say that. That's the nicest half a star I could say. I'm going to say, little spoilers, the sequel is far superior, and you don't even need to watch this lame paint by numbers movie to enjoy it. I think some of Kevin James people will want this higher, but I think it goes right there. And you know what? That's still pretty good for me. Grown-ups. Oh my God. Okay, so there's a lot of Zoomers that love this movie because it's the Adam Sandler movie that came out when they were 12, and they love this thing. And to them I say, what's Adam Sandler's character's name? What's Kevin James's character's name? Name one character. Here, let's go through them. It starts in a flashback in 1978. Childhood friends Lenny Feder, that's Adam Sandler, Eric Lamsoff, Kevin James, Kurt McKenzie, Chris Rock, Marcus Higgins, David Spade, and Rob Hillard, Rob Schneider, win their junior high school championship. And that's basically what it's based on. I don't really like it. If Paul Blart's not one, see? Okay, that's fair. You're probably a Kevin James purist, and you say when you think Kevin James, you think Paul Blart. But don't worry, as we go on, you'll see why. You'll see why. I'm just going to say on this one, everyone knows Adam Sandler just wanted to go on vacation with all his friends, and that's what he did here. And they just kind of like improvise stuff at locations. And for some reason, you know, a certain generation really likes it. Me, half a star. Here's a list of things that Kevin James does in this film. He puts a bucket of KFC on his head and moves around a little bit. He eats, he farts, he falls down, and he makes nobody laugh. Still not as bad as Grub. The Dilemma. Oh my God. Okay. Yeah. Ronnie, Vince Vaughn, and Nick, Kevin James, are best friends and partners in a small auto design firm in Chicago. Ronnie is in a long-term relationship with his girlfriend, Beth, while Nick is married to Geneva. The two have recently been given an opportunity to pitch an eco-friendly car to Dodge. Now, here's the thing. The eco-friendly car is an electric car, but they are trying to make the electric car sound like a normal gas car. And that's a main plot point in the movie. And the entire movie, you're going to be like, You mean a speaker? You're talking about putting speakers on there. And now that this movie came out in 2011, we live in 2025. Some of us live in 1985. In 2025, most of us, we know that the cars could already make those sounds. There's already cars. They already sell cars with like little speakers in them, electric cars that like rumble and they have like a chamber and like stuff like that. So that's very annoying in this movie. It's a very annoying movie. It's a very paint by numbers movie. Say it with me. Half a star. Working title. Every annoying movie trope. The movie. Still, second best film. If you don't believe me, that it's better than Hitch, I want you to watch Hitch and this back to back. And joke's on you because you're going to be crying from how stupid it is. Zookeeper. This is another one. It's just like Kevin James is a zookeeper. There's a pretty girl. He has to woo her. He's able to talk to the animals. All the talking animals are the grown-ups cast. It's very boring. Say it. Half a star. Here's my review. Talking animals are cute, right? Talking animals, guys. Look, they talk. Ha ha. Fatty fall down. Animal talk. Ha ha ha. Still better than grown-ups. But it's not even if you're not as good as, like, that's kind of the cutoff. I now pronounce you Chuck and Larry. If you can't get to that, ooh, sad. Here comes the boom. Bet you guys didn't know about this. But you didn't know about this one. This is Kevin James lost a ton of weight for this film. And it's, what's it called? Ultimate Fighting. It's an Ultimate Fighting movie starring Kevin James. He looks fantastic in it. It's not bad. It's very boring. If you've seen any sports movie ever, it's the worst one of those. And Kevin James's acting is like somehow worse. He somehow like is douchey. I don't like it. Half a star. You've seen this story before, but you've seen it done 1,000 times better. I do give credit to Kevin James for losing all that weight for his role. Too bad he gained it all back for Paul Blart Mall Cop 2, but we'll get this. Did I miss the talking gorilla in this? Oh, did we miss the part about the talking gorilla in these rankings? Yeah, there's talking. All the animals talk. The gorilla talks. The bear talks. The lion talks. I think the giraffe is Chris Rock, if I remember correctly. Grown-ups 2, it's the same thing. You know, the first one, it costs no money to make. It's all his friends. They all get money off on it. So, yeah, this one, I actually do like Grown-ups 2 a little bit more. There's actually a little bit more plot in it. It's just a multi-million-dollar vacation. You know, that's all it is. It's still up in this. Paul Blart Mall Cop 2. Now, if you were mad about Paul Blart Mall Cop, you could blame Paul Blart Mall Cop 2 because this is a far superior film. Holy shit. You know how in Happy Gilmore 2, I'm not going to say exactly what happens, but in Happy Gilmore 2, they're just like, hey, remember like things about the first one? We're destroying that. We're taking them down to square one, right? And they do that. They did that first with Paul Blart Mall Cop 2. So I hope it's in here. Yeah. Following the events of the first film, Paul Blart is recovering from severe misfortunes. Well, you see his wife, Amy, that's the girl that he saved before and then married at the end. Well, Amy divorced him 6 days into their marriage. And then 2 years later, his mother, who's a main character in the first film. If you're a Paul Blart fan, you know that Paul Blart's mom it's his daughter, his mom, his girl, and his ma. Those 4 things. If you're a Blart head, you already know all this. But they kill his mom. His mom is killed after being hit by a milk truck. So already from the first movie, the girl that he's going after, they immediately get a divorce. I think it's cited because like she was temporarily blind or something like that. It's like very mean. And then his mother, his sweet, beautiful mother gets hit by a milk truck in front of him. And that's in like the first 5 minutes of the movie. It goes goddamn hard. And then they're like, you know what? We're going to go to Vegas. Let's take Paul Blart to Vegas. So 4 years later, after Blart says that he is officially peaked, he's received an invitation to the Security Officers Convention in Las Vegas and begins to believe his luck is about to change. His daughter, Maya, discovers that she was accepted into UCLA and plans to move across the country to Los Angeles, because remember, they live in New Jersey. But in the light of her father's invitation, she decides to withhold the information. And you know what? And it's just basically like a heist movie. So instead of a mall, it's a casino, which if you've ever been to Vegas, it's a mall. I think that's all I should tell you guys about that one. It's a really, like, it's so off the wall and insane. It's so fun to watch. Unless you hated Happy Gilmore 2. Like, Happy Gilmore 2 is not a good movie, don't get me wrong. But if you enjoyed how silly and off the walls and unhinged it was, then you'll really love Paul Blart Mall Cop 2. And that's what Internet Supreme Court's about. Full star, baby! Both a cinematic masterpiece and a thick fat turd, Paul Blart Mall Cop 2 is actually enjoyable with a group of friends and a full keg. So close to passing Barnard. Still, Barnard is so good. And if you don't, a Cobalt Cab. Have you ever? Let me know if you've ever seen Barnyard. Okay, and it might change your life. True Memoirs of an International Assassin. This came out in 2016. This was a Netflix release. I hated this movie. Kevin James he writes a fictional novel, and it gets mistaken. It's like, it turns out to be true. So like this agency comes after him and he's like mixed up in it. It's so lazy and boring. I don't even want to talk about it. It's so bad. This is the lowest half a star I can give. Grilled. You have been released from your basement prison. Long live Grilled. Look at that. Grilled finally made it out of there. Good God. True Memoirs is by far last place. And I just get mad that Adam Sandler's the only reason why Kevin James has a movie career. He's got to stop doing it. Just do King of Queens. Go King of Queens it up. God. Okay. I'm not going to say anything about this one because this is Becky. Came out in 2020. Came out of nowhere. Okay, little hints. 13-year-old Becky, that's played by Lulu Wilson, and there's a Nazi played by Kevin James. And it's like a home invasion movie. It's like really brutal Home Alone. It's like Home Alone with blood. All right, I've already said so much. I've already seen so much. How is Monster House a Kevin James movie? It's barely a Kevin James movie. It feels like his essence is so much in that movie. Next time, if you watch Monster House again, you'll be like, oh, I could see how this is a Kevin James movie. It feels like a Kevin James movie. And that's we watched it on the podcast and we thought about it and we added it in. But this one is actually good. It's shot really well. There's great, the music is mixed really well. I love the way it looks. The script is a little, but the acting is done. And I want you guys to hold on to your butts. 2 stars. Becky gets 2 stars. The most stars given to any Kevin James movie. 2 out of 5. The closest thing to a movie Kevin James has ever been in. By far. Becky 2020. Great film. 2-star film. Great Kevin James film, I think. Home Team. Jesus goddamn Christ. Look, Home Team is a story about Sean Payton, the coach. Used to be coach of the New Orleans Saints. Now he's the coach of the Denver Broncos. On the right is Sean Payton. On the left is Paul Blart. And as you can see, they look nothing alike. I don't understand why Kevin James was chosen for this movie. And you watch this film and somehow come away hating Sean Payton even more. He doesn't even answer the questions that, like, we all are like, hey, did you actually say people should get hurt? Hey, did you actually do this? Hey, answer some of these questions. And they bring up the questions in the movie, these like allegations, and he doesn't even answer them in the movie. So it's like, what the fuck is this movie for? What's happening? Another Happy Madison movie. We were flying really high after Becky, and then it right back down to earth. Home Team 2022. I really hated this movie. If you like Home Team, watch Little Giants. Go watch Little Giants, and you'll poop your pants because Little Giants is so much better. Still not as bad as Grilled though. Grilled is another level. And that is it. That is all the Kevin James movies. This is my list. I could pull up the letterbox too. Here, I'm going to put on hold music.
Kevin James, I am your grandma or your mom. I got hit by a milk truck. I'm not in the second movie because they had to go to Vegas. The song rocks so hard. Here we go. Becky, 2020, Barnyard, 2026, Paul Blart Mall Cop 2, The Dilemma, Hitch, Paul Blart Mall Cop, Monster House, and I'll pronounce you Chuck and Larry, Zookeeper, Grown Ups 2, Grown Ups, Here Comes the Boom. If you're a Paul Blart Kevin James head, highly suggest checking that one out. Home Team, Grilled, True Memoirs of an International Assassin. I hate that movie so much. That one's on Netflix. It's not even a good, bad movie. It's just bad. I believe you're missing one key movie, one in which Kevin James plays the most grand role. What's that? What movie am I missing, Cobalt Carol? I got Paul Blart Mall Cop when he plays the president of the United States in Pixels. Oh yeah. I don't think we counted Pixels as a Kevin James movie because that one's really an Adam Sandler movie. Like Grown Ups and Grown Ups 2 are definitely ensemble casts, but in your list, if you want to put in Pixels, I'd say you could make that argument, but on my list, I don't think he's the president. He doesn't say a lot. He can't read. He's a background character. It's not like Grown Ups or Grown Ups 2 where it's like ensemble pieces. But I don't know, where would you put Pixels? I hated that one. That was the movie that kind of tanked Adam Sandler. That was the one that came out. Sony couldn't even market it. They didn't. It was like the first time they had an Adam Sandler movie without Adam Sandler on the poster. And after that, Adam Sandler signed his Netflix deal, and it actually turned out to be awesome for him. And he was able to kind of come back from that. He made a lot of stinkers with Netflix, but I don't know if you've watched the newer Adam Sandler stuff. He's really started to care again. Teach their own, yeah. If you want to say Pixels is in there, I'd like to know where you would put it. I didn't really remember liking it too much. I remember them trying to capitalize on the nostalgia of the video games, but everything felt so like weightless and unimpactful, and the comedy didn't seem very good. But yeah, let me know if you where you would put that on its list. But if you're gonna watch any Kevin James movie, I think you could just start with Paul Blart Mall Cop 2. I think it'd be interesting to see Here Comes the Boom. If you watch Paul Blart Mall Cop 2 and then watch Here Comes the Boom, you watch him lose like 200 pounds. It's insane. And Barnyard, definitely gotta watch Barnyard. That's a fantastic one. I never said it was good. I just think it's crazy that he was the president. I mean, unfortunately, that's the only joke in the movie about it. It's like, hey, isn't it funny that I'm Kevin James and I'm the president and I can't read? And now, now in 2025, the year that we live in, that I think a lot of people, I won't say it.
That's the end of the show. I don't want to give away too much stuff. I'm sorry. I just realized ooh, I could really severely spoil Arlie's movies during a live stream, and I don't think that's cool. But that's the end of the stream, you guys. What did we learn this week? I learned that Kevin James isn't going to go away anytime soon, and I should just accept him and watch all his movies and enjoy that I get to watch movies. Yeah, that's what it's actually better really to do live. Yeah, exactly. But thanks everyone who got a lot of comments today, a lot of active people in the comments. That was awesome. We'll be back in full strength next week, I do believe. And I'm going to have some more Lego Masters content that I've been working on. It just takes a little bit of time. I'm going to have another Lego Masters Hall of Fame, actually. And I'm not going to go with who you think I'm going to go with. We'll get to the really good builders, trust me. But we're going to go with some of the more character people. And if you haven't seen the interview that I did with Kara and Jesse from Lego Masters on our YouTube channel, definitely check that out. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll be back next week, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And go watch those films if you got the time.